There we go. Yeah, apparently, they have a new feature, I guess. We got some top fans. Yeah, wit. We'll see if it, happens. Uh-oh, down to number 2. I have no idea. I have no idea how it works, but, I do know we're here for some baseball, I guess. So, NC is starting a not just a guy that hasn't started in the first league or the KBO, but he's also not done well in the second league, a 5.69 ERA down in the second league. I don't expect him to pitch. I mean, SSG does have a very bad offense, but I don't expect him to pitch that well. We'll just put it that way. I do not expect him to pitch that well. Oh, wrong button. So, I mean, again, this game should easily be won by SSG. They're ranked higher. They have a better winning percentage. Uh, they, have a foreigner on the mound. It's okay. You're a long timer, man. That's what matters, right? It's a little upsetting that it doesn't show both. Like you guys have it in the chat, but it doesn't show it on the actual screen. That's right. All right, Che Ji-hoon will lead things off for SSG as we finally get the first pitch underway a minute late, and it's a ball. And here comes the 1-0 is misses low, and it's already 2-0. Yeah, the reason why it doesn't show is because it doesn't quite. Oh no, I did the wrong one. Is it doesn't the way it's set up for me to be able to link them together, it doesn't show up on that screen, so that's why. But he finally does throw a strike, and it's in there, and now it's 2-0. 2-0. Let's see if this helps. There we go. As that almost hits him in the foot, and now it's 3-1. I was having some very, very difficult issues earlier today trying to set up this stream, and hopefully it is fixed. And the 3-1 does catch the bottom of the zone, and we've got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Our first full count of the day. Congratulations. And here comes the 3-2 pitch to Che Ji-hoon. Sets up right down the middle, and he hits it to the shortstop. One hopper, throws to first, and one away. Oh, it's miserable. It's disgusting. It's absolutely awful. Already down? Right where they want them. Hanoa doesn't play well unless they're behind. As Heredia steps in at 281 on the season, as that's way, way outside. Oh, I read that is already down in the first. Is that misses, and it's ball 2. Oh, Lachlan Wells. I saw he was starting, and I was kind of upset that I was streaming this game. I was hoping they would put him off until tomorrow, but nope, as the 2-0 is fouled away, and it's 2-1. It's that mustache. It's that Aussie mustache. As Redia now swings the bats, and here we go. The 2-1 pitch way outside, and now it's 3-1. 10 pitches, 4 strikes so far. Yeah, never know what he was on. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Whoa, he says, hold up, come to me, come to me. And Heredia gets under it a little bit. So left fielder, Sonos up, outs, back, up, forward, left, right. And that is 2 away. No sunglasses out there for Sonos up in left field. He came forward, went back to his left, then went to his right, then went to his left. Looked like he was trying to put in a cheat code for an old Nintendo game. Got his Game Genie out and trying to put in a code. All right, Che Jung now steps in. 11 pitches, somehow 2 outs, as that is the ball way up high, and he has started out each batter with a beautiful ball. And the 1-0 is a swing and a miss there. First time he's at a 1-1 count in this entire day. And that sets up just above the waist, and that is not going to be a good thing, as that is goodbye baseball. Hung that one over the plate, and just like that, SSG takes the early lead on the solo shots by Che Jung. Hanging it right over the middle of the plate for the all-time KBO home run leader is usually not a good idea. And that'll bring up Han Yu Sum. Han Yu Sum, 265 on the season, sets up right at the waist. And hey, ladies and gentlemen, he's thrown a first ball strike. First pitch strike for the first time today to Han Yu Sum. And sets up on the outside, just at the thigh, and he misses that one low, but a swing puts it at 0-2 now. Hanwha better win today is Samsung is definitely starting a very weak pitcher, as that is fouled away. Well, LG and SSG should have the easiest wins of the day. Cameraman needs to move his finger. He's blocking half the screen. And here comes the 0-2 pitch outside. Ball 1, 1-2. Joe Meansuk, 5.69 ERA in the second league, has not pitched in the first league this year. Did pitch last year, as that's a swing and a miss there, and that's a strikeout, his first strikeout of the day, but he also gives up a solo shot to Che Jung, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 SSG. Filthy. So Joe Meansuk didn't pitch in the first team last year. 35 games in 2023 with a 4.06 ERA, and then so 23 didn't start any games in those 35. 18 games in 2022. But he went and did his military duty, so he's back now 14 games with NC in the second league, and so they're going to throw him out there to the wolves of SSG. Kim Juwan will lead things off for NC as they look to try to get back into this game. Again, White has just been extremely good since he came back from injury. Again, he didn't start the season as he got injured before he even threw a pitch in spring, I believe. I think he got injured in Japan. So 6-3 on the season, 2.65 ERA, only 13 games, 74 and 2/3 innings. Opponents hitting 207 against him. Strikes out a lot, 79 strikeouts in those 74.2 innings. Doesn't walk too many, 26 walks in those innings. Only a 1.08 whip and only given up 4 home runs on the season. And the reason why I say only, that is a very low number, especially considering he pitches in Incheon, his home games in Incheon, which is a huge home run park. Hasn't given up any home runs in his last 5 games, which means, since I talked about it there, as he throws a strike on the outside corner to Kim Ju-won. Since I just said that, he obviously give up one here today. But Kim Ju-won batting from the left side. He is the only Korean switch hitter in the league, as the 0-1 pitch is up and in, but he fouls it away, and it's 0-2. 151 on that fastball. 261 for Kim Ju-won. 55 runs scored on the season, and that's good for second in the league. Surprisingly, very low run totals this year. Yeah, as the 0-2 is popped up, getting out of play as Chae-jung watches it. Almost hit an SSG fan who stuck out his hand and then pulled it back at the last minute like he was practicing his sacrifice bunts. Yeah, and here we go. Here comes and fouls that one away. Oh, 0-2 quickly, but 2 fouls has kept it at 0-2. White gonna throw about 90 pitches. He doesn't go into the 100-pitch mark. And here comes the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, and it's ball 1, 1-2. So not a big 100 pitch guy. He's gonna give you 6 innings. He's gonna give you 90 pitches. Last 5 outings, 6 innings, 5 innings, 6 innings, 5.1, 6 innings, 94, 85, 92, 90, and 99 pitches in those games. And the 1-2 is going to be a little soft fly to the shortstop in the grass, and 1 away. This NC lineup is very deep. It is one of I would say, the longest lineups in the league. Kim Ju-won is fairly good. Chae-jung-won is playing center instead of Park Gun-woo, which would have put Son-us-up over in right and Kwon Hee-dong over in left. So their offense is very good. They can score runs, and they can score them quickly. That's a beautiful curveball in there for a strike. Chae-jung-won, 255 on the season. Hasn't played too much. No, he's still working on his very first mustache, apparently, as the 0-1 is in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Looking like a freshman in high school trying to grow a mustache for the first time, as the 0-2 is fouled away. 155 up in the zone, and it stays 0-2. NGNF, which games are you watching? As here comes the 0-2 up at the waist, and a beautiful, beautiful curveball there. And one away. Or sorry, two away on the first strikeout of the day. That brings up Pak Minu, the Capitan. Not watching the Hanwha Kyung game? You don't want to watch some Yuhan Jin, Korean Monster versus the Australian Monster? That's what we're just going to name him. As that misses a little low, 1-0. Pak Minu, 318 on the season for the Capitan. In a very difficult season for NC. As that is going to be lifted into left field. It's going at the warning track, makes the catch. And that's 3 away. We'll go to the second inning. It's 1-0 SSG. That was a very awful looking defense there. Just turn the wrong way, turn back the wrong way, and then turn the wrong way once again. You took NC? Yeah, your home underdogs do not look good today, man. I could see NC. I could see Kium beating Hanwha. I do not see I do not see Doosan beating KT. Doosan has what I think is one of the worst starting pitchers in the league. Samsung starting a bullpen guy. Kia. Kia, who did they start? Kim Do-hyun, that's their best Korean pitcher, Korean starter. And then obviously NC is starting Jo Min-suk, who is if he can give them 4 innings, 5 innings, that'll be a win for NC in my book. Again, SSG's offense is just pitiful though, so wow. So when you say ML, that's obviously money line. Does that mean straight Doosan to win with over 8.5 runs? You could pitch around him if you throw it in the strike zone. As way outside, ball 1. Wait. Yeah, Cuevas has been bad, but then he has like a stretch where he's really good. As the 1-0 is swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. What's the advantage of having them separate and together? As here comes the 1-0 pitch, and that misses low, 2-0 or 2-1. Oh, Jo Myung-jun, 290 or Go Myung-jun, sorry, 295 on the season for the first baseman, getting his first season as a full-time starter over at first base. As that misses, and then now 3-1. Just so you're not all in one. As here comes the 3-1 in there for strike, and we've got our second full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Yay for full counts, everybody's favorites. And he reaches out at it, second baseman out into the outfield under it, and that's 1 away. Yeah, I wouldn't trust that Kia bullpen though. They have been out there over and over and over and over and over so many times as Pak Sung Han steps in, 245 on the season, as that catches the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Pak Song-won dove out of the way like he was about to lose his children, but it's catches the inside corner. Yeah, now the 0-1, that one definitely almost hits his foot as it bounces off the chalk in the batter's box. 52 walks on the season for Pak Song-han, third in the league. And here comes the 1-1 pitch outside at 2-1. I'm going to make a prediction. In about 10 years, there's not going to be any sidearmers left in Korea. As that's in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. And in 10 years, there will be 0 sidearmers left in Korea. Jo Min-suk isn't considered a sidearmer, but he's definitely he is not a 3/4 guy. That is lifted up into right field. Under it is Park Gun-woo, and that's 2 away. Sounds good. I think they had their time when the KBO was calling super wide strike zone, but now that the strike zone is called by the robot umpires, or by TrackMan or whatever they use, I just I don't think that they're good enough, as that misses outside. They are so inconsistent. It's so hard to repeat that delivery that they're going to fall to the wayside. All right, the 1-0 pitch misses again, and it's 2-0. Otagon, well known for his Saturday exploits. I've heard that from Merrill Kelly, and I also heard it from Eric Thames, as the 2-0 misses low, and it's 3-0. I will say that so in 2014, when I first moved here to Korea, I did 2 camps, or not 2 camps, but I did 2 tours for Hanwha. As just a sec here on the 3-0 pitch, he fakes the bunt, pulls it back because it is so bad that he's going to walk on 4 straight pitches. So I went on a tour of the Hanwha facility, the stadium, then went to the second team stadium and kind of watched the game there and stuff. And then I did an English camp. And at the English camp, so me and Luke, that you've seen in the chat, we did an English camp for Hanwha where we taught them rules and stuff. We taught them baseball lingo in English. That's ball 5 on the outside, and it's 1-0. Then oops, wrong side. Uh-oh. So we ended up playing a wiffle ball game against some of the Korean or Hanwha second teamers. And I will say that a very large handful of them did smell like smoke. Way up high, Otagon they're not even a throw, as he is easily at second base. And that is ball 6. My understanding, and again, I'm saying what I've heard from others, is that a lot of these guys pick it up in the military. A lot of Koreans pick up smoking, as that's ball 7. Pick up smoking during their military duty. And yeah. I'm sure there's a handful now that are is right down the middle as he finally decides to throw a strike, and it's 3-1. I'm sure there's quite a few that have left the cigarettes and moved to the vape. And again, the KBO is getting much younger. So as that just catches the outside corner and another full count. Second full count of this inning, as third of the day for SSG. They're 0 for 2 on those other ones, as that is lifted up into center field. Coming in and jumps and makes the catch. I don't know exactly what that was, but that will be 3 away. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 SSG. Yeah, I think it's starting to go away. I remember when I first moved to Korea, you could smoke anywhere. Like you could, I don't think you could smoke in, like you couldn't smoke in restaurants or anything, but you could smoke in bars. But they had like a smoking room. Yeah, it's the same way with Weiss. Last year, Weiss was a replacement player for Sanchez, but Weiss played so well that they released Sanchez. So that's the advantage of the temporary replacements is you can they get up to 6 weeks, or they get 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, you have to make a decision. Does he stay? Welcome, welcome. KB Jang Jang Jang. Yeah, so I'm sure he does, but I mean, again, most of them they have their big signing bonus. That doesn't really matter for them. All right, so we be back, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is it for the NC starter. And Davison, first pitch, fouls that one. Nope. Is he going to get out of play? It will get out of play as the cheerleaders are running for cover. 왜 NC 좋아해요? 근데 장원에 살아요? As Whites is 근데 왜 야구장에 없어요? And the 0-1 to Davison misses low, ball 1-1. Davison 314 on the season. 네, 이거? And the 1-1 is just 네. And that is lifted up into the air, but left fielder Ote going under it, and 1 away. 김주원? 네, 근데 김주원, 네, 좋은 수비. All right, so Park Gun-woo steps in. 근데 NC 구원 투수 없어요. As first pitch is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's on. Ojinga is Korean for squid. As the 0-1 and runs in, and that's ball 1-1. Yeah, so and obviously Ojinga, but they do Konglish it with game. Kim Ju-an. Hey, 알겠어요. Yeah, now the 1-1 is lifted up into right field. Didn't get it all as Han Yu-sum under it. And 2 away. 그래서 김주원 제일 좋아하는 선수예요? 근데 다른 선수 더 좋아해요. Yeah, 오징어 game. It's definitely doesn't have as much fanfare as the first one. As that's Mrs. Low, ball 1-1-1-0. Interesting baseball angle there. Mary Kate, well, I don't know where she's at. Is that's going to be a ground ball? He'll pick it up and take it himself. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 3 away. 3 up, 3 down once again as we'll go to the 3rd inning. It is 1-0 SSG. SSG will have the 9-1-2 coming up. Ba, ba, ba. 그래서 짱짱짱 NC 팬하고 창원에 살고 근데 창원 정치 정보 어떻게 생각이 어때요? 그 they didn't handle it very well. So what is your opinion? What is your thinking? Not often we get NC fans in here. Oh, elsewhere around thy league, we still got the zeros and NC or in Hanwha versus Kium and KT versus Doosan. LG's up 1-0 against Samsung, and Kia is up 3-0 against Lotte. Is Jomin Sucks still out there? A little surprised here. And here we go. They'll face the catcher, Jo Hyung-woo. And that's in there for a strike as he finally starts somebody off with a strike. And the 0-1 misses inside, and low 1-1 is just everywhere. Not consistent with his delivery, not at all. 42 pitches, 21 for strikes, 21 for balls. Is it's going to be another ball, and it's now 22 for balls, 21 for strikes. Is he is absolutely just everywhere. Yeah, here we go. The 2-1 pitch, check swing, but fouls it away, and it's 2-2. Would have been a strike anyway. Making his first All-Star. Yes, here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's fouled away. Jo Hyung-woo kind of took over as E.G. Young ended up getting hurt. And E.J. Wan, the Hanwha backup, used to be the SSG catcher. And then E.G. Young, who used to be the QM catcher, came over to SSG. But with an injury, it ended up putting him into the spot. So this is where he be. And here comes another 2-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside just above the knees. Runs it back in, and it bounces right to his glove, as that's going to be one away on the 1-3 putouts. And he finishes delivery with his glove right at his chest, and the ball one hopped right to his glove. And an easy throw over to Davison puts it to one away, as he has made his way through the lineup for the first time, as Che Ji-hoon starts off here with his second at bats. First pitch is swinging, pops that one up. Sonos up under it in left field, and that's 2 away. Quick work. August. Yeah, Kim Do-young. Last I saw a couple days ago, it was August, is what it said. Kia will have their second baseman and their right fielder both, and one of their starters coming back from Tommy John surgery. They'll all be back after the All-Star break, as that is the ground out 5-3 and 1-2-3 go. The SSG Landers on a quick inning from Jo Min Sup. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-0 SSG. Yeah, Na Sung Bam and Kim Sung Ben, their second baseman, should all be back. That offense could get really scary. So I have to imagine that I think that they're probably going to have Wisdom stay at third and Kim Do-young just DH for a while. So they'll probably have to put Chae Hyung-woo in left, and then center field, who knows? Now would be a good time. They were my preseason pick. And I mean, my my predictions, I mean, you couldn't get much better than this. There are two things that could keep Kia from repeating as champions. They were relatively healthy last year with only a few injuries. Their young star, Kim Do-young, was finally healthy last year, but has a history of injuries in his young career. And with 6 of their regulars being on the wrong side of 35, injuries are always a possibility that could derail their season. The other thing is their defense. The 2 worst defenders in the league last year were both on the left side of Kia's infield. Can they improve on defense and keep from having to get 4 or 5 outs in an inning? Put that one on the board, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so White in for another inning as he'll face the 7/8-9. 151 on that as they set him around. He's injured. And another strike on the inside corner, and it's now 0-2. He'll be back in, they said, 4 weeks. I believe it was a like an oblique strain or something like that, as that misses down and in, and it's 1-2. So yeah, that's why he was taken off of the All-Star roster. So they said 4 weeks of rest, and then he'll be back. And LG's offense desperately needs him, as that is fouled into the mitts, and that will be his second strikeout of the day for White. And 1 away here in the bottom of the third. Now, and I just read that yesterday. I don't know if it was 4 weeks from yesterday or 4 weeks from the initial diagnosis or what. So, as Kimmy Jeepa steps in and fouls the first pitch just straight back, 0-1. What's up, Mr. Big Pain? Welcome, welcome. SSG, NC starting a reliever, not a reliever, but a second league starter. He's already thrown 50 pitches, and they have been half of them have been balls. As they check over to first, and no, the home plate umpire says don't need to bother. He definitely went. Excellent call by the home plate umpire. Absolute machine back there saying, don't give my job to the robots. I am awesome. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch is that is fouled away again on a high fastball, 154 there. Well, White is one of the hardest throwers in the league. Throws his four seam 150 average, 46.2% of the time. Off of that, a curveball 19% of the time, and then a cutter. Not very many people throw cutters in this league, also 19% of the time, and then finishes it off with a two seam. So lots of fastballs. That, however, is a curve in the dirt, and it's ball one, 1-2. Yeah, no, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and that is in there for a strike. Looking at it, ladies and gentlemen, should have bought a ticket. If you're just gonna stand in the box and look, as that is two away. He's like, oh wow, man, yeah, that was definitely. I should have swung at that. 29 pitches. Nope, sorry, 30 pitches now for White. 12 in the first, 9 in the second. He's thrown 9 here in the third. Time is called. An Jung Yo steps in, hitting a 77 on the season. Yes, 7-7, not 770, not 177 or 277, just 7-7 as he looks at strike one down the middle. 0-1. Does have 2 hits on the season. Looks like he walks quite a bit though, as he's got a 365 on base percent. Oh, sorry, that was his OPS. That is fouled away, and now it's 0-2. Not sure what he was asking the umpire because that was right down the middle. And if you can't recognize a pitch right down the middle, then, well, that explains your 77 batting average. As here comes the 0-2 pitch, is misses up high a little bit, and it's 1-2. One hit so far in this entire games, ladies and gentlemen, and that was a souvenir to the left field bleachers. And now the 1-2 pitch lays off of it, and it's a 2-1. I'm sorry, 2-2. 2 outs, 2-2. Number 2, position player. What's up, Mary Kay? And here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that is going to be a line to center fielder coming in and makes the catch. And that is 3 away, 3 up, 3 down once again as we go to the 4th inning. Congratulations on being third, Mary Kate. I don't know how they factor that. It's got to be total. I'm gonna hit this button. I don't know what this button does. I'm gonna see what it does. Ah, yes, it's just for the day. But I do get a better look at your guys' sweet icons. 14 pitches there leaves him at a 35 for today. SSG will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up in the top of the fourth. Mary Kate, I'm surprised you aren't a big NC fan. You know, I don't stream a lot of NC games, but I did just notice that the NC camera, if you are a left-handed batter, shows the cheerleaders the whole time. All right, Joe Means Hawks still out there, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Che Jung has the one hit on the day for either team, which was a solo shot back in the first inning with 2 outs. 1 for 1, and here comes the pitch in the dirt, bounces away, and it's 1-0. That's probably a good choice. If I had $1,000, I would put it on LG or SSG. Those are the only two I would have touched today, as the 1-0 is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. One of the only stadiums that you could actually easily walk up and get a ticket to on the weekends. SSG doesn't travel well either, as the 1-1 catches the bottom of the zone, 1-2. LG and SSG, the two Gs. And another 1-2, way outside at 2-2. Yeah, LG. Samsung's starter is just not very good, as that is going to be turned on, but into the netting, and the ball boy will get himself a little practice. You got both Samsung starting a bullpen guy, and then you have NC who's starting a second league starter. The only benefit is that Samsung's offense is so good at in Daegu, and then SSG's offense is just bad. Yeah, as the 2-2 hits him. And he continues his amazing ability to get hits. As that was right in the ribs. Again, he is the all-time KBO home run and hit by pitch leader. So far in his first 2 plate appearances, he has added one of both. And that brings up Han Yu-song. He is still feeling that one. He's playing third today. He's not DHing, so Heredia is DHing, as that misses way outside Han Yu-song, and it's 1-0. And now that is lifted up, but gets out of play, and it's 1-1. As interesting to see how many pitches he throws. Again, he has been starting in the second league, in the Futures League. His last start was on the 27th. As that misses in. So he did start on the 27th in the second league, through 5 innings, 93 pitches. So he can obviously throw enough pitches. It's just whether or not he can keep the game close enough to stay in, as that misses low, and it's 3-1. On you some pretty good eye. Did strike out, his only strikeout of the day. Is Hanyu Sam back in the first inning, into the first inning with the strikeouts? And here comes the 3-1. The catcher says widen the zone, and that is going to be another strikeout. Oh, never mind. It's only strike two. Runs the counts full, ladies and gentlemen. The fourth full count of the day for SSG. They're 0 for 3 on the day with them as the 3-2 is fouled away, and we'll have another 3-2 count. Oh, it is miserably hot here in Korea. Miserably, miserably, miserably hot. And the 3-2 misses low, and he walks him. And we'll have a mound of visits here. Bam, 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 bam. This game did start a minute late. I think maybe they're having car troubles with the guest pitcher or the first pitch. Elsewhere, Hanwha and QM still at zeros. The KT and Doosan still at zeros. LG just added a run on a single by Moonbo Young. LG is now up 2-0. Mary Kate is probably dancing there in Canada. Kia's up 4-0 against Lotte. And then obviously here we've got runners on first and second and nobody out with Go Myung Jun stepping in. All right, mound visit is done. Yeah, I'm not sure. Does he bunt here? I mean, he's hitting 294 on the season. He's your number 5 hitter. But this is the KBO, as that misses way up and in, and it's 1-0. I just can't see bunting here. I mean, it's the KBO, so who knows? He does hit into some double plays. Not a lot of speed on first or second. But the 1-0 is a swing and a miss at a pitch that almost hits the plate, and it's 1-1. Tightening up your batting gloves isn't going to help you from not swinging at that as he rolls over his aim. And here we go. The 1-1 pitch sets up right at the knees, and that slapped, but foul. And the ball boy will make a little backhand. And no 1-2. No, Go Myung Jun, Park Sung Han, Ho Tae-gon, all are very capable of singling in a run. And here we go, the 1-2 pitch. And that's rolled over. Third baseman steps on third, throws to second. A bad throw. Otherwise, it probably would have been a triple play, but it will be a 5-4 double play. And that erases some base runners and puts 2 out. Right to the third baseman. Grabs it, steps on the bag, and then throws it into the dirt, where Park Min-woo ended up having to just catch it in off the dirt right in his chest. Why would you do that in GNF? All right, Go Myung Jun now, as that is low, ball 1-0. Yeah, you never know. It is the KBO. Chirinos versus a bullpen guy, as that is in the dirts. It is Samsung at home. They are completely different when they get to hits in a little league ballpark. I think Diaz has like 80% of his homers at home. As the 2-0 pitch in there for a strike and 2-1. 70 pitches now for the right-hander. Terrible. They're in second, but okay. As that runs inside, and it's ball 3, 3-1. Hak Se-young is he's not that great. I've never seen him pitch where I thought, man, this is one of the best pitchers. Is walks another one. And they are in the same situation they just were. Runners on first and seconds. Oh, but this time with 2 outs. All right, Otegon steps in now. He walked and stole a base in his first at bat. What is his shoes? As he waits on that, it's 121, but fouls it away. Those shoes are what I would call interesting. Reminds me of the old, I believe they were Reebok Kamikazes. As the throw to seconds gets into the outfield, and now they've got runners on the corners. What is up, Alan Acoin? Oh, my Lord. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Acoin. How you been, sir? How have you been? Worked with this man for many, many summers in sports camps. As that is outside and ball 1-1 now. Good Lord. How's the wife? All right, here we go. The 1-1 pitch. Otegon sets up way outside in the left-handed batter's box and throws it right there. 2-1 now. And I assume that is Liv says hello. And here comes the 2-1, misses low, and it's 3-1. You heading to the Wanaki reunion? And here we go. The 3-1 pitch sets up right at the knees on the inside corner and misses low and literally just walks another one. And just like that, the bases are loaded in true Wanaki fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ducks are on the pond. The Ducks are on the pond. Just in time for that call, Alan. All right, we'll have our first pitching change here as Joe Saka throws 77. But some severe control issues has ended his day early. As elsewhere around the league, Hanwha takes the 1-0 lead in the top of the fourth. They've got runners on first and seconds now. With just 1 out. KT Doosan still at zeros. LG 2-0. Kia's up 4-0. And then obviously we've got our bases loaded here as A hit by pitch and 3 walks, but a double play is ended his day. Yes, good old Bart. Let's see, who do we got coming in? They still haven't announced who's coming in yet. He'll face Jungmin Jae, the number 8 hitter, whenever they finally do announce it. The amount of times I have said the ducks are on the pond and no one understands what I'm talking about, kind of heartbreaking, honestly. All right, Chase Sung Young stepping in. Oh, that's English. I don't want English. Why do I keep typing in English? There we go. Chase Sung Young. Chase Sung Young. All right, to Chase Sung Young out on the mound. The left-hander, 5.55 ERA, 2-2 on the season with 3 holds, 21 games, 35 and 2/3 innings, 21 strikeouts, 20 walks, 314 batting average against, and a 1.71 whip. And the first pitch is a strike to Jungmin Jae. And ladies and gentlemen, a strike to a batter. Ladies and gentlemen, a strike to a batter. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch, Jungmin Jae, Jung Joon Jae, Triple J, as I prefer to call him, as that's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2 now. Bringing in the lefty to face the lefty, 231 on the season. Flew out to center field in his first at-bat to end the second inning. And here again, trying not to end another inning. As here comes the 0-2 pitch, sets up way outside in the other batter's box. And he misses badly up and in, as it's a good thing Jung Joon Jae actually got a piece of that, because otherwise I don't think that An Jung Yo would have been able to catch that and probably would have ended up scoring a run. He only missed his spot by, roughly 3 feet. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch again, and this one is fouled away once again. Swinging at another ball, but getting enough to foul it off. Alan Acoin, the legend. I feel like my day has been my month has been made, honestly. As the 0-2 pitch misses outside, ball 1-1-2. I think I will say you are the first Wanaki alum that has joined. I've had some high school buddies join. I've had some former coworkers, some former college friends. As here we go, the 1-2 pitch sets up way outside once again, just at the knees, and that is going to be lifted, and that's going to be trouble. Drops right next to Pakanu. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, and that is going to put runners on the corner with 2 RBI single from the little lefty. And SSG takes the 3-0 lead. Bringing in the lefty to face the lefty. And again, that is only, ladies and gentlemen, only the second hit of the day total. And that's now going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Jo Hyung-woo, the all-star catcher. Again, remember, next weekend is the all-star game, ladies and gentlemen. I will not be streaming it this year. I'm going to take a break since I've been pretty much going nonstop since March with the documentary and all of that stuff. Is here we go now. You got a 3-0 count. Number 9 hitter Jo Hyung-woo. And that is Mrs. Low, ball 1. Yeah, what sucks is you know, the The All-Star game is 3 blocks from my house, but I'm not gonna go. All righty, here we go. The 1-0 pitch, and that's misses inside, and it's 2-0. All the scammers. The stadium holds 17,000 people. There are 9 almost. What's up, Kingdom? How's it been? 안녕하세요. And here comes the 2-0 and a check over. Yeah, the if you have a chance, Mr. Big Bane, even if you're not gonna bet or gamble on it, you should definitely watch the All-Star game. It is what an All-Star game should be. Ah, nah. And here comes the 2-0 pitch, and that misses low. Ball 3, 3-0. Runners on first and the third. Runner at third, plenty of speed. Runner at first, plenty of speed. And here comes the 3-0 pitch. And that's a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. Good day. 오늘 NC 그 선발 투수 2군 투수 조민석은 2군 선발 투수예요. 그래서 alrighty, the 3-1 pitch sets up on the inside and misses, and that's going to be another ball 4 and another walk. Runs the bases full. The bases are loaded, and in true Wanaki fashion, once again, the Ducks are on the pond. The Ducks are on thy pond. Perfect timing, you know. July 4th weekend, you always had the camper or the counselor's softball game, the counselor basketball game, and the counselor soccer game. And here we go. And that misses outside, 1-0. 1-0 count to Che Ji-hoon. Che Ji-hoon 0 for 2 on the day. 6-3 ground out in his first at-bat. A fly out to left just in the last inning. And the 1-0 is going to be grounded past the right side. 1 run is going to be in, and they're going to bring in another run. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, is now 5-0 as the hits are all producing RBIs for SSG as the offense is coming alive today against NC and their bullpen. We'll see where the runners are. No, we'll have runners on first and seconds now, looks like. First and seconds. That's going to bring up Heredia, but first we're going to have another pitching change as they have now batted all the way around. 3 hits have developed 5 runs for SSG as they have taken advantage of the walks. Lots and lots of issues with the NC bullpen. Something I talked about a lot, as it looks like Hanwha has added another run on an RBI single by the wall himself, Che Jae-hoon. But Kium threatening now. They've got runners on the corner with nobody out. And LG still up 2-0. Kia's up 4-0. And looks like KT is threatening runners on second. Nope, sorry, scratch that. Runners on first and third with one out on the top of the fifth. Ba-ba. Da-da-da. All right, who's coming in? Looks like Kim No-Wan. He started last weekend, and they're going to bring him in here. Oh, Kim No-Wan, a 7.76 ERA on the season. He's been in and out of the mound as a starter and a reliever, as that's going to be first pitch thrown to Heredia. And a ground out 6-4 will end the inning before I even get his name changed. One pitch, one out. That'll end the fourth for SSG, but, well, it doesn't really matter. Is SSG adds 4 on a hit by pitch, a walk, a walk, a walk, a single, a walk, and another single. No, 3 hits, 5 runs, a solo shot, and two RBI singles as they leave 2 more on. They've left 3 on so far today, but they've got themselves a very comfortable 5-0 lead. See if I can get my calculations here. 2, 3. All right, so I think I've got a 2 for 4. You only go 2 for 4 there with the runners on base, runners in scoring position. White's just had himself a extremely long break there, about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. He'll face the top of the lineup, almost like he's starting the game over. Uh, only 35 pitches so far from White's through 3 innings, and now he's got himself a 5-run lead. Kim Ju-won will lead things off. And looks at just strike one down the middle, and it's 0-1. Kim Ju-won, Jang thinks he is a handsome, handsome man. Yes, the 0-1 pitch, and he hits him. That'll be the first base runner on the day for NC. A little bit of a break was a bit too much for him. As he comes out, throws a strike, but then hits Kim Ju-won. Kim Ju-won, plenty of speed over at first now. I'm not sure how Jo Hyung-woo throws behind the plates. Yeah, and Che Jung-won looks at the ball one up high, 1-0. Here we go. The 1-0 pitch sets up on the outside. And just gets a piece of that, and it's 1-1. 39 pitches for Whites. NC on their third pitcher already. And the 1-1 is going to be slapped over the third baseman, and that will be their first hit of the day. And now they've got runners on first and seconds with nobody out. Again, I said that this offense can score runs in a hurry as they are deep. Mr. Big Pain, did you get your wager in on SSG before they exploded? And gets the oven mitts wrapped up on the hand as Pak Minu will step in now 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to left field in his first at bats. And the ball 1, 1-0. I don't know what YKT means. Yeah, and here comes the 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss on a pitch that almost hit him, and it's 1-1. And another 1-1 is fouled away, 1-2. Oh, okay. I was like, and then I was like, it? All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch, 43. 43 pitches for White, and that is going to be a ground ball. First baseman throws to seconds. They'll get one, but that will put runners on the corners with just 1 out. Good choice there by Go Myung Jun. A quick throw to second base. It was way too high though, and they'll trade outs for they'll trade outs all day. That brings up Davison, always a threat. First pitch swinging over the flyout to left field in his first at bat, 0 for 1 on the day. Yeah, now that is in the dirt. I just realized you guys could probably hear all the stuff going on here. And 1-0. Ba, 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 da. Ba, 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 da, da. Davison spinning the bat around and now holding it, wagging it above his head, and the 1-0 swing and a miss there, 1-1. And sets up on the inside and misses low. 2-1 now. Davison, 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 Davison. 2-1 the pitch sets up at the thighs. A swing and a miss there on ball 4. And it's 2-2. Kia up 5-0 now. LG adds another run and KT adds a run. They are up 1-0. All games are something to nothing at this point. And a 2-2 in the dirts runs the count full. First full count of the day. for NC. There we go. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on strike three. Takminu does steal himself a base. That'll be the fourth strikeout of the day for White, and it was a huge one as he threw him he threw what six balls in that entire at bats. But Davison swinging at him, and that's two away. Runners now on first and second as again Pakminu does move up to second base on the stolen base. And Pakanu looks at ball one way outside, 1-0. 51 pitches now for Whites. Again, 90 pitches is what he's going to throw. It is getting hot. It is getting humid. It is nasty out there. So 85 pitches, 90 pitches is like 110 pitches. As here comes the 1-0 pitch, sets up on the outside and just misses below the zone, and it's 2-0. And fouls that one away, 2-1. And the 2-1 now lifted and gets foul and out of play, 2-2. And the 2-2 misses outside again, and another full counts. Two straight full counts for NC as White is having the most trouble he's had all evening. Again, at 35 pitches through his first three innings, 12, 9, 14. He's thrown 20 pitches so far in this inning. And the 3-1 is fouled away, and it stays. The 3-2 is fouled away, stays 3-2. 56 pitches, so 21 now. Hmm. Interesting. And here we go. The 3-2 counts. And a swing and a miss on another pitch outside the zone. And the fifth strikeout, two big ones. They leave their first two runners on today as White gets out of it. And we'll go to the fifth inning. It's 5-0 SSG. Hitless with runners on base, ladies and gentlemen. That is not how you score any runs. Oh for 3 with runners in scoring position. White is able to get out of it without any damage. 22 pitches in that inning, 57 now on the day for the right-hander. Again, it's important because NC is, well, They're on their third pitcher. Kim No-won was able to come in and throw one pitch to get out of the inning. There's already 6-3 ground outs trying to jump on it, but we'll have the 3-4-5 hitters coming up for SSG once again in same way that they started last inning. As SSG sends 9 up to the plates, scored 4, left 2 on, and went through 3 pitchers. Elsewhere around the league, Mary Kate celebrating as LG's up 3-0 now. But Samsung is threatening. They've got runners on the first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. Doosan threatening also. They've got 2 on with nobody out in the bottom of the fifth for them also. So Shejung leads things off here in the top of the fifth for SSG. And the first pitch is up high, ball 1, 1-0. 199 on this season for the third baseman. Today's third baseman, DH third. And here we go. 1-0 pitch right down the middle, and it's 1-1. And now the 1-1 pitch just catches the top of the zone, and it's 1-2. And a 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and a swing and a miss there, and that's one away, ladies and gentlemen. His first strikeout on the day. And Hanyu Sum will stroll on up to the plates. Oh, NGNF hoping and praying in the bottom of the fifth is that is up high, way up high, 1-0. Doosan's got the bases loaded with nobody outs in the bottom of the fifth. He has added another run. They're up 5-0. As here comes the 1-0 pitch and a swing and a miss at a pitch that almost took out his knees, and it's 1-1. And a 1-1 pitch that sets up at the waist on the outside corner and misses way up high. 2-1. No LG or SSG cheerleaders down in Changwon. As that's going to be a ground ball past Davison, and he will be on base for the second time today with a 1-out single. Bring up the number 5 hitter, Go Myung Jun, who is not having a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Almost hit into a triple play last inning, but a bad throw by the third baseman kept the inning going, which ended up giving them 4 runs. Go Myung Jun and in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. 293 on the season for the first baseman. And he pop up to the second baseman in his first at bat and a 5-4 double play in his last at bat, as that's going to be off the handle. It's a little pop fly to the second or the shortstop, and that will be 2 away. That's the ball that you let drop so that you can turn the double play. But it might have been hustling out of the box a little bit too quick. That brings up Pak Sung Han. Pak Sung Han walked and scored a run in his last at bats. Flew out to right field in his first at bats. 0 for 1 on the day as he looks at. Here comes the first pitch, and that's outside again, and it's 0 and 1 or 1 and 0. Not having the greatest season offensively, is moved up and down, in and out, over left, right, and everywhere else in the lineup. NGNF is going crazy right now, and that is in there for a strike. As the home teams are deciding to put up some runs. And 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside. Misses low, 2-1. Here we go. The 2-1 pitch runs inside, 3 and 1. On deck, Otegon. Otegon 0 for 0 on the day. And here we go. The 3-1 pitch sets up on the outside corner right at the thighs. And he right back up the middle as he swings at ball 4. And he will be on base for the second time as that moves Han Yu Som up to second base. And they've got runners on first and second with 2 outs. You took LG too? Kangmino comes in and grounds into a 5-2-3 double play. And that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman makes the play, toss over to first, and that will end the inning. They get 2 singles, but nothing scores, and that will take us to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-0 SSG. Yeah, KBO bullpens, man. They are the most ridiculous things. SSG now left 5 runners on base. Kia putting a lot of distance between them and Lotte right now. Trying to hop up to the 3rd spot in the league. Actually, they could hop up to the 2nd spot if LG and Lotte both lose. Obviously, if Kia wins, Lotte loses, but Kia making their push here before the end of the All-Star, before the end of the first half. NC will have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, again, White still sitting pretty, 57 pitches. Sonas up, Oh Myung Soo and Kimmy Jeep will come out. Try to at least chop away at this lead a little bit. And first pitch misses just up high, 1-0. Sonas up, grounded out to the pitcher who ended up taking it himself. 306 on the season. The all-time hit leader in the KBO is that catches the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. And NC offensively really good with their pitching though a little rough. Thank you whoever did that. Says the 1-1 is in there for a strike again, just catching the top of the zone. Not a strike in most leagues, honestly. Not a strike in most leagues. Thank you, whoever's doing that. Just because of the ABS system, as that is a fouled away, and it stays 1-2. Those high strikes often are not called in the other leagues, at least not on the outsides. And the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside of the belts, but misses inside, and it's so bad that they'll have to get a new ball because that one is now all dirty. Dirty balls, dirty, dirty, dirty balls. And the 2-2 is going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws on the run, but throws it way back to the backstop. And Sonos up will head himself back over to first base as Pak Sung Han not able to get get rid of the ball quickly, but the throw was not very good. Go Myung Jun laid out for it, but wasn't able to make the play. He had to hurry as he comes running in. The throw brought Go Myung Jun way up the right field line, and that'll probably go down as an infield single. Could go down as an error in most leagues. Would have had him if he hadn't made a good throw, but this is the KBO, and they think if anybody has to breathe and throw at the same time, that it is an infield hit. As that is way up high. Ball one, no 1-0. Oh Young Soo, Oh Young Soo, not Oh Young Soo. And that misses low. 2-0 now. 65 pitches now for Whites. And rolls over that one. Foul, and it's 2-1. And Kia pretty much put that game away with a grand slam. Kia's up now 10-0. As here comes the 2-1 pitch, as that is lifted into the air. Center fielder going back at the warning track and makes the catch. See if they. No, they did give him an error. Kimmy Jeep steps in. He struck out looking in his first at bat, 0 for 1 on the day. And a big swing and a miss there, 0-1. 151 up in the zone. Again, as a righty, I will say that I absolutely love high fastballs. As a honest man, I will say I absolutely cannot hit a high fastball, but they look so good coming in. As here comes the pitch in the dirts, and now it's 1-1. Righties love swinging at that high fastball. KBO does not use it very often. They love throwing the off speed junk in the dirt, despite that they can get a lot of swing and a misses up top in the zone. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. And swing and a miss as that curveball drops down, barely gets the bottom, but it's now 1-2. Kimmy Jeep trying to join the all unbuttoned team. No undershirts. That's a bold strategy. As the 1-2 pitch up in the zone, he wanted it, but he was able to hold up, and it's 2-2. Not too sure how I like this look. Uh, you got the top button unbuttoned, so that's okay. That misses way outside, and now the count is full. Third full count of the day for NC. Two strikeouts in the other one. Again, like I have the top unbuttoned, but it's kind of laid over. Not this is just like hopefully I don't get flagged for that. The amount of skin I just showed is way low, and that's going to be ball four. He's now got runners on first and seconds. First and seconds. Han Jung Yo steps in. I have a feeling that they just announced somebody's pinch hitting. As we'll have a mound visit here. We do have Kim Hyung Jun on the mound or on the bench today. Yep, there we go. I just announced. So I have a pinch hitter, Kim Hyung Jun, a very dangerous hitter. He is participating in the home run derby, 12 home runs on the season from the young right-hander. And he lays off of that, and it's 0-1 or 1-0. Only hitting 221 on the season, but with those hits, they are homers. And here comes the 1-0 swing and a miss there. He was trying to tie it up with just two runners on, and it's now 1-1. Trying to hit a 5-run homer here in the bottom of the fifth with the 1-0 counts. Here we go. The 1-1 count sets up on the outside right at the waist, and beautiful pitch there. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Like a slider there. And the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and that's fouled into the catcher's mitt or the catcher's mask, and it stays 1-2. And his top four pitchers do not list a slider, so it looked like a slider to me. The rotation and the movements, but they're not telling me what it was. Maybe they're confused too. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch and blows it past him. 152 on the gun, and that's two away. He's ran into runners on base issue twice now, and both times he has gotten some huge strikeouts. He is again just last inning, runners on the first and third. Ended up getting a strikeout against Davison, and then runners on second and third getting a strikeout with Pak Nu. That is up and in, and Kim Ju-won looks at ball one, 1-0. Then now you've got runners on first and second with just one out. You get a big strikeout against Kim Hyung Jun, the pinch hitter. And that's going to be through the right side. That is going to score one as Sonos Up is going to come around, and they're going to have runners on the corners with one or with two outs. NC avoids the shutouts. Oh, Kimmy Jeep goes over to third base. Kim Ju-won will hang out at first base now, and that'll bring up Che Jung-won. In 80 pitches, 23 in this inning, 22 in his last inning, 23 now, as they're having another mound visit here. Oh, he did not go to third. I thought he went first to third, but I guess not. I don't know how you don't go first to third there. I mean, a very, very clean single. And that's just catches the outside top corner, and it's 0-1. The 1-0 is going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. Grabs it, steps on the bag, and that's will end the threats. They leave another two runners on, but they get an unearned run courtesy of Kim Ju-won with a two-out single that scores Sonos Up. We'll take a little bit of a break. I'll be back in just a few, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we be back, ladies and gentlemen. Kim No Guan still out there on the mound. All right, Jung Joon Jae will lead things off for SSG. The first pitch is the ball up high. Yeah, now that's another ball just misses up high again. A 2-0. Jung Joon Jae, 1 for 2 on the day. A big RBI, two RBI single with the bases loaded and two outs back in the fourth inning. That's put SSG up 3-1 at the time, and that almost hits him. And now it's 3-0. 82 pitches for White. I wonder if they're going to bring him back out again. I talked about the heat in Korea. Until you come and experience it, it is very difficult to understand. You really get no relief. It's just hot and humid. That's living in a peninsula. If you live in Florida, maybe you would understand. As that is in there for a strike, and it's now 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch just sets up right down the middle, and that's misses up high. Ball four. He is on base for the second time today. Gotta love your bottom of the order, their 8 and 9 hitters doing what they're supposed to do, just getting on base. Joe Hyung Woo will step in now, 0 for 1 on the day, 1-3 ground out in the third, and then a walk in the fourth inning. The walk ended up loading the bases back up. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Kia is just unloaded. 8 runs in the bottom of the fifth. That game is what you would call over, ladies and gentlemen, as the 0-1 pitch is outside and low, and now it's 1-1. Jun Jun Jae again is a threat to steal. 92% stolen base rates, 23 for 25 on the season. The little guy's legs move pretty quickly. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, sets up on the outside. He's got his knee down on the ground as they check over at first again. Kim No Guan started a couple times this season, bullpen a couple times this season. Just hasn't really found a spot. He's had a good starts, and they got him picked off. Nope, they're gonna check here. We'll see. We'll check the replay. Call up to the video booth. Hmm. Ooh, he might be safe. That's close. I think he's safe. Might be hard to overturn though. There, yeah, safe. He did not get picked off, ladies and gentlemen. We'll put him back on base. We'll take away that out. And we'll do this whole baseball thing again. So Kim No-bron, again, has started last week against Doosan. Ended up getting the tie in the game against Hanwha. That's a swing and a miss there, and it's 1-2. And Jo Hyung-woo 0 for 1 on the day, a 1-3 ground out in his first at bats, a walk in his second at bats, and another check over at first. And the 1-2 pitch just sets up on the outside, just over the knees, and fouls that away. We'll do it again, ladies and gentlemen. Once is never enough. Yeah, and the 1-2 pitch sets up right at the knees and throws over again, almost picks him off. Guy acting like he's going to do something. He's never even watched a fight in life. And here we go, sets up on the outside with his glove right on the left-handed batter's box and lifts that one up. Will it get out of play? Right fielder in foul territory, but nope, it will get a few rows deep and we'll have another 1-2 pitch. Ba-na-na, na-na. Yeah, and the 1-2 pitch just sets up on the outside just above the knees again. And a check over to first, not in time as he slides back in. He is earning the dirt on that uniform today. All right, here we go. Once again, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, up above the waist, but throws that above his head, and now it's 2-2. I don't know what's taking them so long to add pitch count. Yeah, and here comes the 2-2. This goes back down to the thighs this time. And way up high he goes and is easily stealing that bag. And it was also a ball. So runs the count full, 3-2. And he's now in scoring position. All right, here we go. The 3-2 count sets up on the outside and a swing and a miss there. And that's was all for naught, ladies and gentlemen, as that will flip the lineup back over to J.G. Hoon. J.G. Hoon, 1 for 3 on the day at a 2 RBI single in his last at bat back in the fourth to add a couple more runs in the game. And the first pitch is fouled away. 0-1. And the 0-1 up high, 1-1. Hmm, 1-1 pitch and up high again at 2-1. We are moving like snails in this game. Kim No Guan waiting until the pitch clock is down to 2 or 3. It's scary, but is it good? And NGNF celebrates, sir, as Samsung just took the lead, as that is in the dirt, and now it's 3-1. More airs for LG. Oh, you're at the Chimake Festival? As the 3-1 is lifted up and out of play, and now that runs the count full 3-2. Ah, chicken tacos. Chicken tacos. I had to get a burger today since yesterday was 4th of July. All right, a 3-2 pitch to Che Ji Hoon. And that misses outside, ball 4, and he puts another runner on base. And that brings up Heredia. I would love 2 tacos. All right. Surprised you're not watching the Kium battery. Kium up 13-0. 8 walks now on the day for NC. Heredia steps in now. Not having a good day. Again, another first pitch swing. As he is swinging at first pitches for against guys that don't often throw strikes. Heredia 0 for 3 on the day. Fly out to the left field on the first pitch he saw. A 5-3 ground out and a 6-3 ground out. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Way outside there. 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch up high, but lays off of it, and it's 2-1. 39 pitches, and now for not Kim Na Guan. Again, he is the 3rd pitcher for NC today. And the 2-1 sets up right down the middle. And he fouls that one away, and it's 2-2. Man of the people giving up some souvenirs to the NC fans that have made the way to the ballpark today. They have found their female for the day on the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. As here comes the 2-2 pitch, sets up on the inside, right at the thigh. And misses inside, runs the count full. Another 3-2 count. 0 for 2 on, or sorry, 0 for 3. This is their 5th full count of the day. 0 for 3 on the first three, a walk in the last one. JG Hoon with his back to back to Heredia. As here comes the 3-2 pitch. That is a rips, but just goes foul. Both runners were off on the pitch. Heredia just missed hitting that right to the third baseman. He makes the play in foul territory with his foot on the bag. A great play, great play. And here comes the 3-2 pitch, sets up on the inside. And that is going to be a little soft liner that's just going to get foul. And we'll have ourselves another 3-2 count. Creepy guy with a super telephoto lens sitting behind the cheerleaders. All righty, here we go. The 3-2 pitch sets up at the knees, and that is in the dirt, and that's going to be ball four as Heredia finds himself on base for the first time today. And that is going to load the bases up once again as the Ducks continue to hang out on the pond. Davison and Heredia having a little English powwow over at first base. As Che Jung now steps in. He had a solo shot in the first, and first pitch swing in there as he fouls off for ball one, 0-1. SSG has had the bases loaded all day, basically. They have only gone 1-2-3 once this game as so far. Still just 1 out, and the 0-1, a swing and a miss at ball two, and it's 0-2. We go. The 0-2 pitch just sets up with his glove on the ground. And he pops him up. Will he get out of play? Catcher can't find it as it lands back in the TV zone, back behind home plates. Probably my favorite of all the seats I've sat in. Directly behind the catcher in NC's new stadium. They have a ton of room. Is again their favorites. Favorite for the day is on camera once again. As here we go, the 0-2 counts once again. Sets up in the other batter's box. And that is in the dirt. And ball one, 1-2. One out, bases loaded, all-time home run leader stepping in or in the box. And that sets up outside. Way up high, 2-2. It's the NC bullpen. It's nothing but balls, man. Nothing but balls. And here we go. The 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside, just on the outside corner, just above the knees. And the pitch is fouled away again. And we'll have another one. 50 pitches now for Kim No Kwan. And again, another 2-2 count sets up on the outside again, this time a little bit lower. And a swing and a miss at a pitch way over the zone. And that's will be 2 away. Big strikeout there. Way, way above the zone for the strikeouts. That's going to bring up Hanyu Som. It's not over yet. Hanyu Som definitely has some pop left in his bats. He is 1 for 2 on the day, struck out in his first, walked in his seconds, and then singled just last inning as the first pitch is fouled out of play, and it's now 0-1. He has been up in each of the last 3 innings. Same with Che Jung. And Che Jung hit by a pitch, a strikeout, and a strikeout on the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Hanyu Som a walk, a single, and now up to bat again for the 3rd straight inning. Here comes the 0-1 catcher standing up, and that misses up high, 1-1. And 1-1 pitch that sets up right in the middle of the zone, and a throw that looks like, oh my lord, was that bad? As 1 run is going to come in, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was a throw to the outfield. Good lord. Good lord. That was probably the worst pickoff throw I've ever seen at second base, as that was not even close. It didn't even come close. It just shot off of the screen and ended up landing in shallow right center field. Good lord, was that bad, ladies and gentlemen? That was awful. NGNF, was there a line about an error on the pitcher? Wow, that was bad. All right, now Che Ji Hoon on a third, already over at seconds. Hanyu Sum still up to bats. And the 1-1 pitch misses low, 2-1. NGNF, have you ever seen a pickoff throw that bad? To second base, obviously. Like, that was bad. Like, usually they just airmail it a little bit, but that was bad. And so that'll bring up the 2-1 pitch, and he lays off of it, I think. He did lay off of it, and now it's 3-1. Here we go. The 3-1 pitch just sets up right down at the waist once again. And that misses, and he's going to load him back up. Go Myung Jun will come up to bat again. I have a feeling we're going to have a new pitcher before Go Myung Jun comes up to bat, though. This game is absolutely crawling. 10th walk of the day for SSG. And they've scored a run here. They have 0 hits in this inning, but the bases are still loaded. All right, Go Myung Jun not having a good day offensively as he looks at strike one on the inside corner there. A pop up to second baseman in the second inning, a 5-4 double play in the fourth, and then a pop up to the shortstop last inning. 0 for 3 on the day with 4 outs. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Just catches the piece on the outside corner. 0-2. I have to wonder. He steps way back in the box. He is a lot of these guys are up on the inside part of the box, but he is stepped way back, almost like he can't even get that outside pitch. As here comes the 0-2 pitch, taps the glove on the ground, and he throws it low, and it's ball one, 1-2. 59 pitches now for Kim No-won, who came in after SSG scored 4 runs in the fourth inning with just 2 hits. Got ready to ground out in a 6-3, but running into issues here in the top of the sixth, and a swing and a miss at a pitch in the other batter's box, and that will be Go Myung Jun taking over the worst player of the game, but we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 6-1 SSG is they are benefiting from the fact that they cannot throw strikes. Man, is this bad. 5 hits. Uh-oh, NGNF, you watching the LG Samsung game? If you are, I wouldn't watch it if I were you. Mr. Big Pay needs to watch the LG Samsung game, though. KT has scored a run. They've cut the lead 5-2 now. Hanwha also losing 3-2 right now. All right, is White still out there? He is still out there. I'm a little surprised with this 82. I mean, I guess, yeah, I'm just a little surprised. It is 82 pitches, I guess. I mean, you got a 5-run lead at this point. Get him to 90 pitches or so, as that is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Pak Minu leads things off. Did they blow it, or is it still tied? Or is it tied? As that is going to be ripped, but right fielder there for the lineout, and that's 1 away. Matt Davison steps up now, 0 for 2 on the day. An error and 4 walks. An error and 4 walks. Seems very similar to this game, honestly. And that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Oops, wrong side. Davison flew out to left field in his first at bat, struck out back in the fourth with runners on base, and that's way outside. Ball one, 1-1. Davison again, last year's home run king. He's been hitting hard. He's been hitting well this year. He just hasn't played enough games. 60 games on of the season as he fouls that one back, and it's 1-2. 16 home runs on the season. I mean, OPS of almost 1,000, but Diaz playing in that tiny, tiny ballpark for Samsung, he just gets so many more opportunities. Diaz has played in 23 more games than Davison. So here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and that is in the dirt. It's 2-2 to 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. Davison. All right, to the 2-2 pitch and just gets it off as that is fouled away. Pitch clock down to 1 there. NGNF, how was Vegas? How was the overall thing? All right, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss there. Another big strikeout. 7th strikeout of the day for White. That's going to bring up a Pakanu here in the 6th with 2 outs. You get him his quality starts. And that's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Just catches the piece. 276 on the season for Pak Ganu. Playing right field, plays a little center DH. As the 0-1 pitch is going to be grounded and foul. The ball boy down there will get some more work in. Not a lot of foul balls, not a lot of fieldable foul balls today for the ball boys down the lines. Making sure that they're still awake, got to keep check on them. And here comes the 0-2 pitch, sets up on the outside and misses outside, and it's 1-2. 154 on the gun there as he wants a different baseball. Says that one doesn't have any strikes in it. I'd like one with a strike, sir. And in his last 5 games, White, 94, 85, 92, 90, and 99 pitches. Is the 1-2 lays off of it. He thought he had a great pitch there, but a little too far outside to go fishing with. And now we've got a 2-2 count. Working on her dance moves. And here comes the 2-2 pitch, sets up right at the waist, and lays off of it. That is going to run the count full, 3-2. Second full count of the day for Pak Ganu. Fourth full count of the day for NC. And the 3-2 pitch is fouled away. We'll set it back up for another one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, strikeout by Davison in the fourth with a full count. Strikeout by Popcanu with full counts back in the fourth. And a walk from Kimmy Jeep back in the fourth. Sorry, back in the fifth on a full count. As here comes the 3-2 pitch, a pitch clock down to us 5 as we sets up on the outside corner and lays off of it and walks him. And as barely misses there, and they will have a much needed base runner. That's going to bring up a Sonos up. Sonos up is the one run for NC on the day. Now that misses up high. Ball 1-0. Sonos up looking on. He is 0 for 2 on the day. He rounded out to Mitch White in the second inning, who took it himself over at first and then reached on an error on the shortstop. Back in the last inning, he led off the inning and was able to come around to score as that's in there for a strike on the bottom of the zone. 99 pitches now for Whites. I don't know if he's thrown 100 yet on the season. I do know that, again, his last 5 games, 99 was the most he's thrown. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Just misses outside, and that will be pitch number 100 as the red numbers come up, ladies and gentlemen. And 100 pitches is the mark for Korea. Is that's a beautiful pitch right to the shortstop though, an underhand toss, and that's will end the inning. His 101st pitch on the day will end it. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's a 6-1 SSG. That's because LG continues to play with OG Juan, who's awful. Dude's hitting 100 on the season. Oh, they did? 2 days ago, so Thursday's game. Got to watch a 2-0 LG loss, Lotte versus LG. How did they like it? They're like, man, Korean baseball is the greatest thing ever. 5-0. There was a 5-2 game. 5-2 on Wednesday. Kimboa was the starter. All right, we should have a new pitcher for NC here though. Kim Tae-hoon will come out onto the mound for NC. Oh, Kim Tae-hoon out on the mound now. 4.63 ERA, 11 games, 11 2/3 innings, 5 strikeouts. He will face the number 6 hitter, Pak Sang Han. Pak Sang Han. And that's misses on the inside, and it's 1-0. Pak Sung Han 1 for 2 on the day. He flew out to right in his first at bats, walked and scored a run in his seconds, and then a single in his last at bats, and it's now 2-0. Oh man, you like as that misses outside, like they like the kids will like if they're not at a game, they'll watch at home, and they basically in the living room. The kids are just doing the chants the whole time. As that's in there for a strike on the inside corner, as he had zero desire to swing. And the 3-1 pitch is low, ball four, and he walks the leadoff batter. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of NC's game. Oh, who was pitching for? Oh, the John Hyun Sheik, who was the starter or was the closer. And that'll be it for Pak Sung Han as he will get himself a pinch runner. And Otegon looks at strike one on there, and it's 0-1. I'll let you know who's running as soon as they tell me. On Sang Hyun will take over. And that's going to be right to the third base and throws way up high. But Pak Minu is able to make the tag as that is the second time that Kimmy Jeep has ended up throwing a horrible throw from third base. As Pak Minu was just barely able to get the tag down. Otegon now will be on first base for one out, and Jung Jun Jae steps up as he fouls that one off, and it's 0-1. Jung Jun Jae, 1 for 2 on the day, flew out to center field in his first at bat, a 2 RBI single. In his second at bat, came around to score, and then a walk and a stolen base in his his third at bat, which was just last inning. As here comes the 0-1 pitch, Otegon has plenty of speed, and there he goes. And the throw is awful as it heads to center field, and he will stop and come back. And just like that, he will be on a second base as they are running all over Kim Hyung Jun back behind the plates. Look like a ball to me. We'll see. Kim Ju-won doing his best Olay, where he doesn't know how to actually feel the hop. In KBO does not understand fundamentals. Is the 1-2 is way up high. The middle infielders, often the shortstops, they try to field the throw way up in front of the second base bag, and they're not able to get any hops because they're so far, their bodies are so far out of position. As the 1-2 is lifted into left field, Sonos up under it, and two away. And it brings up Joe Hyung Woo, the catcher, 0 for 2 on the day. All righty, here we go. First pitch is up high, ball one, 1-0. Lots of action around the league, much better games than this one. And here comes the 1-0, and that is lifted up into center field. Nope, left field. Sonos up in front of the warning track, and that's 3 away. They get another base runner, but they leave them on. They've left 9 on, but they've got a 6-1 lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-1 SSG. More base runners left on base. Doo-dah, doo-dah. More base runners left on base. Doo-doo-doo-dah-day. 6 runs on 5 hits, ladies and gentlemen. 6 runs on 5 hits. All right. Elsewhere, Hanwha and Kium. Hanwha's down 2-3. They've got a runner on first with 2 outs, and Cheon Sung up. Doosan's beating KT right now 6-2. KT is up with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Again, you saw NGNF just said with his solo shot to put Samsung up 6-5. They've got a runner on first with 2 outs. As Chaemin Jun will come in onto the mound. Chaemin Jun, a 3.48 ERA, 23 games, 31 innings. And that brings up Oh Young Soo. And I will get the rest of this all fixed and set up. 2:14 on the day for Oh Young Soo. Sorry, 2:14 on the season as the first pitch is lifted into center field, and he is not going to die for it, and he will have his leadoff hits. Just the 3rd hit of the day for NC. Kimmy Jeep steps in now. Kimmy Jeep 0 for 1 on the day, struck out looking in his first at bat as he looks at strike 1 there, and also walked in his second at bat. And here comes the 0-1 pitch as that's fouled away. 0-2. And the 0-2 in the dirts, and it stays 1-2. Is he still back behind the plate? Was there any other choices? An Sung Hyun stays over at shorts. And the 1-2 almost hits him as he ducks out of the way. He's able to miss it there. As that one just really got away from him. Curveball just slid out of his hand. Yeah, and the 2-2 is fouled up. Catcher gets not far enough, and that will keep it at 2-2. And Che Sung with a big 2-run shot to put Hanwha back ahead 4-3 as the 2-2 pitch, and that's going to be rolled over, but it's foul, and it stays 2-2. I was just thinking about how he has had so many huge hits against Kium on the season, hitting 471 against Kium on the season. And the 2-2 is grounded to the third baseman, throws to seconds and to first in time. And that will be a 5-4-3 double play. And 2 away. And that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Really? And the 0-1 in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-2. What's unreal is the amount of bunting in this game. Not this game. This game has not had any bunts. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that misses up high, 1-2. Kim Young Jun, 0 for 1 on the day, struck out with runners on base in his first and only at bats. And here comes the 1-2 pitch, lays off of it, and it's 2-2. NC getting a bunch of guys up. So Chol warming up, and Kim Tae-hoon warming up to go back out there as that misses outside, and that runs the count full 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch catches him looking on the outside corner. And that will end the inning as they get a leadoff single, but a 5-4-3 double play ends that. And we will go to the 8th inning. It's all SSG 6-1. SSG will have the 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up. Hanwha about to do some damage as Wong Young Mook singles with a runner on first, 2 outs in the top of the 8th after Hanwha takes the lead. They've got runners on the corner with 2 outs. Doosan still up 6-2 as KT is up in the top of the 9th. 6-2 there. KT up. They'll have the Guangdong Jin, so they'll have 9-1-2 coming up. Obviously, Samsung and LG tied at 6 as they just keep going back and forth. Nobody wants to win that game. This game is the well, actually, the Kia is up 13-0 against Lotte, as Lotte is up in the top of the 9th with 1 out. Lotte does have 4 hits, though. Reyes, not any of them. All right, Soho Chol will take over at third base for Kim Iji. Shea Ji Hoon looks at ball one. 1 for 3 on the day as he lifts that one up into left field. Sonos up under it. And no one away. What I like to see, let's get this game over with, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a nap to take. And Heredia steps in and looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Heredia not having a great day offensively, 0 for 3 on the day. Fly out to left, a 5-3 ground out, a 6-3 ground out, but did have a walk in his last at bats as that one misses inside, and it's 1-1. Walked, but was left on base. And he swings at a pitch that's nowhere near any strike zone in Korea. And it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, and that's 2 away. And that brings up Shea Jung. Shea Jung, a solo shot to put SSG up in the first inning. They have not looked back. He was hit by a pitch in his second at bats, and then 2 Ks after that. And the first pitch is chopped to the third baseman, and the throw to first, and that's ends the 8th for SSG as we will go to the bottom of the 8th. It's not now the bottom of the 8th, it is now the bottom of the 8th. 1, 2, 3, 4, just the second time today, ladies and gentlemen. Second time today that they have gone 1, 2, 3. NC will also have their 1, 2, 3 hitters leading things off, as I assume we'll get a new pitcher also. The race to be the first game over should be won by Kia that scored 13 runs. That's ridiculous. But Iho Jun with an infield single is not going to let this game go. Hanwha bringing in Ju Hyun Song in the 8th inning. That is an interesting choice, ladies and gentlemen. LG and Samsung, they've got surprisingly, LG has not used too many pitchers versus Samsung that has used 6. All right, it's Pak Shi-hu out on the mound now for SSG. ERA of 3, 4, and 1 on the season in 28 games. And the first pitch is up high. Ball 1. Oh, Kim Ju-won flips over to the right-handed batter's box. He is a 1 for 2 on the day. Popped up to the shortstop in his first at-bat. A hit-by pitch, and then a RBI single as he looks at ball 2 way up high, 2-0. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Sets up right down the middle and a swing and a miss. 142 as he swings so hard he drops the bats. And he will get some more spray pine tar so that he doesn't look bad again. And just like that, Kia climbs up to the number 2 spot in the line in the standings. And the 2-1 pitch up high misses 3-1. Just barely missed. That might have been a strike last year. He is having some troubles with his pitch com. So they will yep, there we go. I love it. A brand new pitcher comes in and instantly you have a pitch com issue. Why do they not fix this before they start throwing pitches? All right, 3-1. That sets up right down the middle, and that is a fouled away. And we've got another full count, ladies and gentlemen. 6 full count of the day for NC. Here we go. The 3-2 pitch. And that is nowhere near the strike zone. And he walks the leadoff batter. That'll bring up Che Jung Wan. And here we go. Sets up right down the middle. Guani Dong pinch hitting. Lifts that one to right field, but Han Yu Som makes the play. And that's 1 away. I assume Guani Dong will go to left, Pak Gun-yu will go to center, and then Sona Sup will go to right. And Pak Minu steps in. And that's in there for a strike up at the top of the zone. Did he give up another one? Yeah, he did to tie the game. Dude, I was looking, I wanted to message you. What do you think about Ji Hyun Song coming in the 8th? I wanted to message you, but I was like, no, you're busy watching the game. All righty. Pak Minu looking at the 0-2 pitch, sets up on the outside, and that is going to be lifted into a left field. Under it is Ote Gon, and that's 2 away. Who had the errors for Hanwha? I know Yuan Jin had 1. Yeah, big swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Well, you guys have no closer today since you used them in the last 2 days. And sets up on the outside, and the pitch leaks low, and he did not go. And 1-1. Well, don't worry, Kiwi. Lotte lost, and LG is going to end up losing the game to Samsung. As the 1-1 pitch sets up right at the waist, and that's a swing and a miss on a beautiful looking curveball. And it's 1-2. Doosan ends up with a win over KT. SSG has a chance to jump up into the 5 spot if they can hold on to this lead. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Runs inside to 2-2. Kiwi makes 3 messages and goes from 3 to second to first. They understand the power of the big Kiwi bird as the 2-2 is he definitely went around. And that'll end the 8th inning. We'll go to the 9th. We will go to the 9th inning. It is all SSG. Leadoff walk, but 0 for 3 after that. They are 2 for 13 with the runners on base and 1 for 6 with the runners in scoring position. They've left just 6 runners on. SSG again. They're not hitting. It's just that NC is putting so many runners on base. NC is 3 for 14 with runners on, or SSG is 3 for 14 with runners on base. It's just that 2 of those hits scored 4 runs. They're 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. So almost every time they get somebody on base, NC ends up walking somebody else to put runners in scoring position. Again, they have 5 hits, but they have 6 runs. They will have the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. Kiwi, at least your manager did finally make a good decision to pinch hits the barmaid. No, pinch hit Mookie for the barmaid. All right, Sohee Hyun out on the mound now. Second game, 1 2/3 innings, ERA of 0. Sohee Hyun. Guanidong goes to center. Kim Han Byul goes to short. Ote Hyung in at second. And I'll get that changed in just a sec. And here comes the 2-0 pitch for Han Yu Sung. And that is ball 3, 3-0. Guanidong stays in the center. Elsewhere, we have Park Min-woo is done. Kim Han Byul will take over in his spot in the lineup. As that is going to be ball 4 on 4 straight pitches. And they'll have a pinch runner for the old man over at first. No, Kim Han Byul, and then Kim Ju-won will be done, and that's ball 5. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, a strike. And it's 1-1. And the 1-1 is fouled away, 1-2. There we go. Think we're all fixed and situated. And the 1-2 pitch in there for strike, and it sets him back down as he strike out again. And that's the second strikeout of the day, as he is now 0 for 5. And that brings up An Sang-hyun. He'll get his first at bat of the day. Took over on the base pass for Pak Sung-han. And he looks at a strike one at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. 275 on the season for today's shortstop. Again, he plays third base also. And the 0-1 is misses low, 1-1. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside, misses badly, but he pops him up. Center fielder Guani Dong under it, and that's 2 away. Guani Dong, not your normal center fielder. All right, Ote Gone will step in. Ote Gone, 0 for 2 on the day with a walk, 2 stolen bases. Or sorry, 2 walks, 2 stolen bases, a run scored, 4-3 ground out, and a 5-4 ground out. And the 0-1 pitch coming up here, as that is fouled away, and it's 0-2. And here we go, the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss there, and that's will end the inning as we go to the bottom of the 9th. It's all SSG 6-1. SSG 3 for 17 with runners on base, ladies and gentlemen. 3 for 17 with runners on base. Oh, the other 2 games are nail biters, ladies and gentlemen. Hanwha and Kium 4-4 is Hanwha had a 2-0 lead Kium ended up scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Then they gave up the lead on a 2-run shot by Cheon Song, who continues his dominance against Kium. Then they end up tying it up at the bottom of the 8th, and now it's in the top of the 9th. As they are going to walk Shimu Jun, one of the worst hitters in the league. The other game, LG and Samsung. Samsung's got the bases loaded with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, tied in a 6-6 game to Kim Ji Chan. As apparently the top 3 teams in the league do not have any desire to win today. All right, Jung Young Jun comes out 0-3 on the season with a 4.26 ERA, 10 games, 25 and a third innings. Again, somebody took over for Han Yu Sum. I will, maybe I'll fix that. I don't know. Oh, Pak Ji Won over in right field. And he almost hits him in the head. That is the second time that I have seen lately that he almost gets hit in the head. Almost in the shoulder, not the head. Not that that's any better. Yeah, Samsung takes the lead. It's like Pak Ji Won. And he fouls it away 1-1. So 5, 6, 7 coming up. Pak Kanu 0-2 on the day, as that is fouled away, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is lifted into right field, going at the warning track, and that's 1 away. I don't know if the wind is blowing in from the right, but the right fielder was all the way up at the wall and ended up having to run towards the foul line and in to make the catch. Sona Sup now steps in as NC is down to their final 2 outs. Sona Sup 0-3 on the day as that misses inside and ball 1-0. Sona Sup, they grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat, reached on an error. He is the 1 NC run, and then a 6-3 ground out as that's a swing and a miss there, 1-1. And that is going to be lined into center field, and he is on base now with a 1-out single. They've pinch ran, or they have changed their starting second baseman and their starting shortstop in the top of the 8th or top of the 9th inning. They've also taken out their starting third baseman. So if this comeback happens, it's going to be by the bench guys. As Om Young Soo steps in and looks at the ball one outside, 1-0. Oh Young Soo on the day, 1 for 3, a single in his last at bat, but was erased on the 5-4-3 double play. And a big swing and a miss there, or 1-1. And 1-1 pitch lays off of it. Did he go around? I don't think so. And that's is 2-1. Just misses low there. 2 or 3-1 is a single by Sonos up, and now you've got a 3-1 count here. They've got a 5-run lead, but it is definitely not safe. They do have their closer ready if possible. And that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman, throws to the shortstop, and then back to first, not in time. And that will be a 3-6 putouts for 2 outs. Slow turning there. Good stretch by the pitcher. Good stretch there by the pitcher. All right, down to their final outs now. Soho Chol getting his first at bat of the day, 281 on the season. And first pitch, he swings, he lifts it to center field, and that will be 3 away. That'll end the game, ladies and gentlemen. SSG with a comfortable 6-1 victory. As this game wasn't much. Game was not much at all. The big thing, 12 walks. NC gives up 12 walks. SSG in the first inning, Che Jung with a solo shot, then the 4 runs in the fourth. In that fourth inning, a hit by pitch and a walk, but then a 5-4 double play. It could have been a 5-4-3 triple play, but the throw from the third baseman to the second baseman was not very good and ended up throwing it into the dirt. So they weren't able to turn that. After that, he had a walk, a single, with the bases loaded to score 2, then another walk and another single to score 2 more. At that point, it was 5-1, and then a 6-3 ground out from Heredia ended that. But then in the fifth inning, you had a leadoff ground ball out, but an error on the shortstop allowed Sonos up to take over on first base and a walk, and he eventually came around to score on a Kim Ju-won RBI single. That put it at 5-1 at the time, but they added another run in the sixth inning because of a walk, a stolen base, a walk, and another walk. So really, the difference in the game is the fact that NC could not throw strikes. And again, you walk 12 batters with 2 errors, and you got some issues. So really, not much of a game. Even the 6-1 score. If you don't have all the walks, if the walks are a little bit more fair, I don't want to say fair, but a little bit more even, and this game is probably still going on. Elsewhere around the league, Kiwoom's bullpen has decided to absolutely cough up everything as they walk Shimu Jun, one of the worst hitters in the league. who comes around to score with Liberado's double, and then Munyan Ben does his clutch work to put Hanwha up. They're up 6-4 now in the top of the ninth inning with just one out and a runner on first. They finally deciding to change the pitcher. The other game that is still going on, LG is down 6-7 against Samsung as they have just gone back and forth. LG was up 1-0, then added another run at 2-0, then another run 3-0, gave up 2 in the bottom of the fourth, then gave up 3 in the bottom of the sixth. Seventh inning, they scored 2 to end up tying the game, but gave up the lead at the bottom of the seventh, 6-5. Then they score again in the top of the eighth to tie it, but then give up another run in the bottom of the eighth. It's now 7-6. So they've got a runner on first with 1 out in the top of the ninth. So both Hanwha and LG. So Lotte lost, LG is losing, and Hanwha is winning, which would mean Kia, no matter Kia is going to move up to second place. Should be 3 games out of first place against Hanwha. This is very, very important because next week, Kia will finish the first half of the season. Again, next week is the home run derby. Kia will come to Daejeon next week. Not only that, Hanwha will not have. They will not have Weiss or Yuhan Jin to pitch. And I'm not sure if they'll have Ponce to pitch either. I would have to think that they would have him on Thursday. As far as the forecast, the weather forecast, it looks hot, miserable, and absolutely disgusting. But there's also no rain in the forecast, so shouldn't be any rain out. So that's that matchup is going to be absolutely huge, huge, huge. Next week is Kia takes their 3-game right now 3-game winning streak. Obviously, they have to play again tomorrow, but so if the things hold, Hanwha should hold on to their lead, and win that game 6-4. And Samsung, if they can hold on, they would win 7-6. Meaning, the standings will be Hanwha, Kia, LG, Lotte, and then SSG or KT. They may be tied. I don't know how to do the math there. So lots of changes in the top again. 9 games separates first to seventh or first to eighth. So it's not like one bad week or one good week doesn't change a lot in the standings, which is fantastic for the game. So, but that'll be it for me. Tomorrow at 2:00, I will do the Hanwha versus Kiyoom game. It should be for Kiyoom. Pak Ju Sung on the mound, and Hanwha should have Weiss on the mound. So, yeah, I mean, tomorrow 2:00 will be the Hanwha versus Kiyoom game, and then if the game's finished on time, I will do the KT and Doosan game at 6. So tomorrow will be a doubleheader as long as the Hanwha and Kiyoom game ends within a decent time period. So thank you guys for tuning in. Congratulations, NGNF. You are the first official winner of the chats. I will see you guys tomorrow at 2:00. And as always, until next time.